Hello, hello, my friends. Happy Monday night. Hope you all had a great weekend and you're organized and ready to scrapbook with us tonight. I'm going to wait a little bit till people get here. Some places that you need to just mark on your calendar or mark in your notebook or say follow. Everything that I'm talking about tonight is going to either be linked or listed on my website, karamiller.com. So it's super easy to go find things later. You don't have to try and remember. Hey, Susan, how are you? Welcome. So make sure that you check that out. And actually, I'm going to take you there now. And when you get there, the best idea is to scroll down to the bottom and make sure that you are on this list. This is the good list. You want to be on it. Every time there's a new sale or a class or I'm going to go live or something exciting is happening, hey, Kathy, you'll get an email from me. So that's super easy to find, and it's really the easiest way to make sure that you stay in touch. The other thing, let's scroll back up, right here are all the links to all the things. So if you want to find the Facebook information, you click on that. It will bring you out to Facebook, to this page, okay? Oh goodness, Facebook's going to do something different. But this is where you'll see it, right where we're live right now. I'm going to not do that because it's going to echo. We don't want any echoes. But anywho, that's there. It's also, my YouTube channel is there. In fact, tonight is actually live here if you're here on Facebook, or you can be watching me on YouTube at the same time. Super cool. All right, well, welcome. Come on back to me. So I have some exciting things that are happening in organizational things. For a while, several years now, I've had a store with simple SVGs in it, and I've also done scrapbooking without SVGs. And I'm getting confused, and I bet you are too, trying to figure out what is she doing today. So if you're not a Cricut user, you're probably wondering, I don't want to know what she's doing that involves a Cricut. I don't have one, I don't want one. I only want to watch the ones that don't. So what I have decided to do is Inspire is my club, my membership. And Inspire is where my Cricut just moved into Inspire today. It's in that classroom. So people that want simple SVGs, that want more Cricut instruction, want Cricut ideas, Cricut suggestions, want to scrapbook with your Cricut, you can join the club. You can join for a month and see if you think it's for you. Not only do you get classes and gatherings and a private Facebook group, but you also get simple SVGs, and that's where they're going to live now. So there's still a few left on the site, but no new ones are going to get added. Monday nights, we are going to do Close to My Heart, simple, scrapbooking simple with Close to My Heart. I got to get that straight. And the reason for that is twofold. One, I've had multiple people say to me, well, you say that you want to scrapbook simple, but you threw technology in there and now it's not simple anymore. And you know what? I agree with you. It's not. So if you are comfy with your Cricut and you like talking to her and you want to pull her out and use her for your layouts, then you want the inspiration in Inspire. You want the challenge. You want the ideas. You want to be in there. We do Cricut-y stuff. We make our own embellishments. We use print then cut. We do Cricut stuff. In here on Facebook, because I'm not here for lengths of time, it's 20 minutes, half an hour, it's hard to get into that and to hope that everybody is on the same page. So Monday nights we'll be using Close to My Heart packets and sticker sets and simple sketches, layouts, but you don't need a Cricut. So you can come on Monday night and not need a Cricut. You could translate it into a Cricut. You could add things to it, and Inspire folks will see a layout in there that does use a Cricut. But here in Facebook and on YouTube on Monday nights, we don't need a Cricut. And I know that sounds so insane for an product expert, but I'm also discovering that sometimes life gets super hectic, and adding technology to at the end of the day is just more than some brains, including mine, can handle. So I want to scrapbook. I don't want to be challenged every day. So I hope that makes sense to those of you that love Cricut. You're in Inspire, and that's where it's going to stay, and it's not changing anything in there. It's all there, I promise, and probably more, because I have the energy now to put more in there. People that don't really care whether they use a Cricut, don't want Cricut instruction, but want to get your scrapbooks done, that's what Monday night is. Okay, phew, enough yippity yap. Let's play with this one. So what I wanted to do tonight, let me bring you back to the website for a second, is this is a post that I made today. This layout is on the front page of Close to My Heart's special of this month. And this month's special is the Hope and Happiness. And that's and every time I look at it, it looks like someone's quilt to me. Now, these pieces over here on the side, those are just showing you all the pattern paper, but this is an actual layout. And tonight, we're gonna do it. We are going to make that happen. So, and you don't need a Cricut. If you wanna make that exact one, you're gonna wanna grab the Hope and Happiness sticker pack, paper pack and sticker sheet, which comes with, mine is so well loved. It truly is. There's not much left of mine. And you also remember, if you purchase from my Close to My Heart site, you get enrolled in the free class. Let me show you what it is. One more place to go with you. It is, whoopsie, right here, this one. And you're gonna make those layouts. And that also includes, that will have some SVGs in it for Cricut lovers, and it will have layouts with just a trimmer. You won't need a Cricut, so you can do either one. And we're holding that this week on the 29th. But no worries if you're not available at night on the 29th. It doesn't matter. It's recorded for you. Okay? All right. So what we need to do this layout that I showed you on the page. I'll go back to that one more time. This one, to do that layout, here's what you're going to need. You're going to start with this. This is one of the papers that comes in that paper pack. It's craft on the back, and it's got kind of this whitewash on the front already done for you. So that's going to go right here. Then you're going to take this piece, which I love this side, right? Flip her over. On this other side, it's got those cool stripes. So we are going to cut 5 inches, but we're going to start here, all right? And measure down 5 inches and cut. So let's get the trimmer going. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to trim this, all right? And if you have one of these trimmers that has that little wire in it, you're going to line that wire up right on the line, right where you want it to cut. Make sure it's touching across the top, and you're going to cut. So I don't need this piece for right now, but wouldn't that make another great layout? Okay, I'm going to put you over here. And now I'm going to go 5 inches from here. 5 inches, line you right up. And notice it's not on the edge, it's kind of in the middle of this. It's okay. So 5 inches and down you go. All right, so now I have this. Let's bring you back to the picture again. See the picture? I wonder if I can, there, that's better. Okay? So I am going to line this up, right? And I'm going to start this 2 inches from the left. If you use your Versamat, it makes it so easy to figure out where that is. So you just line your Versamat up 2 inches, and I'm going to stick this down with my adhesive. I like this side too. But this side, the one that we're using, just looks like a quilt to me, doesn't it? So pretty. So it's touching the bottom. It's a full 12 inches. It's touching the bottom, and it's lined up nice and straight. When you get it where you want it, go ahead down. Then you're going to need 2 other pieces. These are from other pattern papers. This one is a 1/2 inch, and this one is 1 inch. All right? Again, these came from that paper pack. And I'm going to overlap this one. So if you look, this comes to 7. I'm going to go to 6 3/4 and overlap just a smidge. That's a technical term, a smidge. Okay, make sure it's nice and straight. Make sure I'm straight up here too. Oh my goodness. There. And then I'm going to adhesive this one. This is another piece of pattern paper. And I'm going to line you up right touching. So I'm not going to overlap this one. I'm just going to touch it. Now, seriously, if you didn't overlap the other one, the world does not come to an end. But there is your base paper. Okay? Can you see how that looks? Get this out of there. All right. So now we got to do our photos. Now I need to talk to you a little bit about what Close to My Heart does and what Kara does. Close to My Heart gives you and works with these placeholders. Whoops. With these placeholders. They are actual 4x6 and 4x4. I am someone who loves mats on my photos. I do. But I want to show you this both ways, depending on what you love. And some photos don't need a mat. Some photos really do. There's a couple of different ways to do it. This is a mat that I made, a double mat for me. And let me show you how this one works if you decide that you, like me, like double mats. So I take my black, and this is 4.5 by 6.5. All right? So 4.5 by 6.5. I'm going to do it on this Post-it so that you can see it. So that's the bottom one, is 4.5 by 6.5 in black. Now, if you are a Cricut fiend, you could do a whole bunch of these on your Cricut. Or, honest to goodness, it's probably just as easy to grab a piece of paper and make a bunch of them. Right? So you're going to go 6.5. And 4.5. So I just have a bunch of these made and have them sitting in my box. So there's that one. Then, what's the white one? The white one is in a quarter of an inch smaller, so it gives you just 1/8 of an inch. You know I don't like math. So, let's just take, so it's going to be 4.25 by 6.25. Okay. Now, there's another option, which I'm going to share with you in a sec. What if you say, well, these quarters and these halves and this stuff just makes my head hurt. I don't know that I want to do all that. So here we go. Now we have our double mat made, right? But what if you said, well, you know, look, Close to My Heart has this for me. And here's my photo. And my photo's the exact size. I could trim my photo down just a little bit, and I could let my mat be just this little placeholder. Or I can go with my idea, and I'm going to use this. Tonight I'm going to use mine, because I like mine. all right? But other times we might use the close to my heart ones. So before we go too far, I'm going to stick these photos down with my trim, with my adhesive. And all the years of working with Simples have kind of helped me see layouts in my head in terms of Simples, which puts them in terms of photos on mats. Simples basically are photo mats and a sketch put together. So there's my photo matted. It would look great if I just threw it on the table even. So my black or your base, whichever, I tend to do mine darker, is 4.5 by 6.5, and your white, which is a great frame for your photo, 4.25 by 6.25. Why do we want to have something other than just the photo? Why can't we just... So here's the difference. If I put this down, or why can't I have that? This stops your eye from wandering and brings you right bullseye into the photo, which in my mind is the most important part. Okay, so there's photo number 1. The next piece is the second photo, but in the Close to My Heart layout, they used a 4x4. Well, isn't it interesting that we happen to have 4x4s in our toolkit? Those of you that have been using the toolkit with me know what I'm talking about. We happen to have a 4x4 right here. So I'm going to narrow this down a little bit. If you don't, you can just crop your photo with your trimmer if you are not a toolkit user or don't really know what I'm talking about. You can always drop me a note if you're not sure of something I say, or leave me a message that says, "What are you talking about, lady?" And then I also have the same mat design. I'll put the measurements in here later so that you can find them. They'll be in the comments for this one. And again, this photo is going to go right here. What's great about this idea is that you can kind of move your photos around till you get them where you want them. Now let's look back at our layout that we're following. Okay, so as you can see, this one is going to go here at the number 8 on this side, so 4 inches down from the top, right near the edge, and this one's going to go at 10. All right, both kind of with a little, both with a little bit of a slant, right? I'm going to put them down, but I'm not going to put them all. I'm just going to put a little dab in the center because I might want to tuck some things under it. And I want you at 8. But I'm just going to do a little dab in the center so that I want you at 10. Okay. Whoops. Stay there. Okay. Now, let's look back at our picture. What do we got going on? We've got the doily. This is the doily. Now, Close to My Heart offered this as a National Scrapbooking Day, which was in May, but they kept it on through the end of this month. The best deal for this one is to get the bundle because it's the best bargain. But in the bundle, you also get this double doily, which is so cool. All right, so it cuts these two. Super, super detailed. These are actually cut from the craft paper that's got the stripes on one side and solid craft on the other. Okay, so I'm going to cut this in half because it's too cool to waste tucked behind it. Still a couple more things. I need my little pokey things to get these out. But it did a really good job. I used the Close to My Heart embossing machine. Let me show you, just if you haven't seen this one, which honestly I thought, oh goodness, I don't need another one. But what's cool about this is you can adjust your pressure really nice with big things. So you have 3D emboss, letterpress, die cuts on this, But you can also adjust it just a smidge, again, that smidge. And I found that this one needed to have a little bit more pressure on my machine. All machines are a little bit different. I love that option. Okay. So now I'm going to bring this and I'm going to cut you in half. So you are about 6 inches. I'm going to find the middle. Right there. So then I can use this on a second layout. Now I have 2, right? And let's look back. Ooh, hold on, my computer shut off. Let's look back at this one. You can see it's kind of tucked behind here. Like so, all right? I'm gonna stick you down. But I didn't stick my picture so I could tuck this underneath, which is what I wanted. And I want to be sure that that's right at the 6-inch mark so I know it's in the middle. Oops, just a little bit behind you. Okay. Then this is one of the stickers. Let your heart be your compass. Whoops, so sorry. I keep forgetting to bring you back. I'm tucking it just under the edges, lined it up with a 6. And then this is one of the titles from the sticker, and it's Let Your Heart Be Your Compass. Now this normally would be sticky. I have stuck and restuck and used this on multiple layouts. So I am going to give it some foam tape so that it sticks up a little bit, because that'll look cool. But you don't have to. But I want a little dimension on this one. Doo-doo. And then this one. And then I got to show you a journaling trick for the bottom. This is my granddaughter Grace. This isn't this year, this is last year. But, you know, we're a little behind on some of our photos. I'm going to pull these off. And then if you look closely, you'll see that the little doily is over to the left under that picture. Now I changed my pictures a little. Notice they had horizontal photo and I'm using a vertical, so my things are gonna, I'm not gonna be exactly the same, but I'm gonna go like that. There we go. Now I'm gonna take you and I'm gonna tuck you under here. And then I've got some stickers. I know, right? A lot behind. But before I go, I wanted the Keep on Growing, but I used it on another layout. But let me show you where I can find one that I like just as well. Let me get my trimmer out of the way. Again, this is in the paper pack. Shoot, I thought I had you out, but I guess I put you down. Oh, there's this sheet. Now on the back is this really great green, but you've got these super cool titles, and I'm going to do Wild and Free along with this one. So all I need to do is just snip up here, and these cards could be used too if I didn't have a photo that went there. But Wild and Free is okay. If you don't like your cutting, you can always use your trimmer. I have to stop moving things because then I lose them. Alright. And Wild and Free is going to tuck under here just a little. Actually, no, I think it's going to go on top. Yep, it's going there. Okay. Alright, so here's my journaling. I printed this in Word and it's on white cardstock. Now I could just glue that down, but I don't want to do that. I'm going to make these into strips. Okay? This is from Ben Folds. It's the lyrics to his song Gracie Girl that we've used with Grace since she was born. It's in all the videos and what have yous. So Gracie Girl is her song. And so I put the lyrics to this. Again, I'm going to use my trimmer and that kind of wire. If I zoom you, maybe you can see it. Can you see? Yeah, I guess you can't. There's too much glare. But there is a little wire that goes right along here, and so that shows me where it's going to cut. So I'm going to cut that. And I'm going to put you in the middle of this. You could also use a small photo trimmer if you liked that idea. But basically you're just going to cut your, and this was just done using Word. Now, you could use any of your text program on your computer. You could write these. You don't have to use your printer if you don't want to, but you can. Okay, so there's that. Now I need to trim the length. I'm going to trim the end. I'm not sure if I'm going to trim the left side or not, or I want them. I got to see what they line up like. I didn't make this decision till you got here. Good thing it wasn't a super long song, right? Okay. So, it is Life Flies By in Seconds. Nope, I want them trimmed on both sides. That was an easy decision. Isn't it beautiful, Kathy? I love it. And it's really not hard. Life Flies By in Seconds. You'll be a lady soon. You're not a baby, Gracie, you're my friend. And my Gracie Girl. And then I'm going to take what I have left of my stickers, which really I've well used these stickers, and I'm going to add some of those. So this flower, this is not what the one calls for in the book. See, it uses this one down in the side here. I don't have that one, so I'm going to use this one, which is equally cool. And I'm going to do that kind of covering. I just have to make sure that I'm not off the edge of my paper. There. Now I could have foam taped that to give it a little more dimension if I needed to. And then I just need to add a few more doodads, a couple of leaves, things like that around it. So I have these leaves, but I'm going to put these up here under there. All right. And I am set. No, I'm not. I want hope. I keep looking at this going, where can this go? This can go right here. I do like that. But maybe it takes away from it. Hold on. How about if we do this? Ooh, I like this better. Hold on. All right, we're going to stick these down. Oh, Shannon, I hope it comes soon. It's so, so pretty. Life Flies By in Seconds. This is from, I told you, Ben Folds. I did not put his name on here. Sometimes when you quote a song, you can put by so-and-so. I decided Ben Folds was not going to see my layout, and I'm not selling it. So I think I'm okay. I'm going to do this. And that brings the You Are My Friend over. And then my Gracie Girl goes at the bottom. Okay, I like that. Now I have, if I had more flowers, if I only had more flowers, my my rule is next time I'm ordering 2 of these, because I have used every single thing and have loved every moment of every piece that I've had to use. Every single piece is amazing. I love the coloring. I really am a huge fan. So much so that I said I can put my Cricut away. I really can, because I can make a really cool layout and be super happy with it without a Cricut. And I didn't think that I could. So there it is. Right? So fun. Thank you so much for coming tonight. I will have all the notes below this for you with a few measurements that I gave you. There's not too many. It's really pretty easy to do. This matting of the photos, I suggest that you just do a bunch of those. When you find a photo that you love, crop it and mat it, and then you can find a place to put it. It'll go. But having them all done makes it really simple and quick to grab them. And there's not a whole lot of... One of the things I find frustrating is I have this idea and I know what I want to do, but then I got to do all the measuring and the craziness. So I just, for example, I have that one ready to go. I don't know where it's going to go yet, but I know I love it. And then I just make my mats so that I have them. Here's another one. Alrighty. Well, that's my tip for the night. Make your mats and mat your photos and have them ready to go. First, you got to print them and get them out of your camera, though, and out of your phone. Okay? Cool. All right, you guys. Well, thanks for coming. Be sure that you follow so that you don't miss this. And check out the YouTube channel and subscribe to that, too. I would love it. Awesome. Fingers crossed everybody's gets here, and we will see you soon.